자, 저녁 식사하기 전에 또 성경이 아닌 책들을 읽는 시간입니다. As they came out into the hall, the door that led from the hall into the kitchen closed with a very slight bang. Are you smart enough to work at Google? Trick question. This is S's equation read as the Hamiltonian of the wave function equals its energy. The tipping point. How little things can make a big difference. That was the beginning. Lions don't need to roar. Using the leadership power of a professional presence to stand out, fit in, and move ahead. Work on boosting others' confidence. Our future in smarter, simpler, happier housing. While many elected officials still argue that banning single-family-only zoning may not be the right way to cultivate development for their cities, it does seem to be only a matter of time until the combined issues of affordability, racial equity, and climate change force this onto the agenda of every major city. The winner effect, the neuroscience of success and failure. Could part of money's effects on the brain be via this most crucial of human needs, that for the approval of others? The power of self-confidence become unstoppable. What are the three biggest mistakes you have made, and what did you learn from each one? Why bright kids get poor grade? The harder you work, the smarter you will get, and the smarter you are, the harder you will work. Fearless, how to win your way in work and life. I've talked about behavioral signs that could indicate your fear, but your body will communicate too. The power of moments. Instead, I shuffled along, sometimes very slowly, until I regained my breath and was able to pick the pace back up. I did it. Ooh, shuffle. One by one, those around them began to stare, having no idea she could read every word They whispered, "What's wrong with that woman?" The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Powerful lessons in personal change. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. And it is achieved through the process. We are now prepared to more fully examine in Habit 5 inner science, the new science to unlock your brain's hidden power. Meditation. Chronic worry and anxiety can be replaced with sustained quiet and happiness through inner science such as meditation and mindfulness. Tom Peters reimagined business excellence in a disruptive age. That's the way I looked at them. born for this, born for this. How to find the work you are meant to do. These types of questions accomplish a few different things. Digital transformation, survive and thrive in an era of method extinction. Acquisition, mergers, privatization, and bankruptcies have decimated the status quo. The startup of you. Adapt to the future. Invest in yourself and transform your career. Pursue breakout opportunities. Keys to a successful retirement. Staying happy, active, and productive in your retired years. Don't look back on how you answer that question and end up with regret. The Code of Extraordinary Mind. 10 unconventional laws to redefine your life and succeed on your own terms. When most of your friends are your business partners or employees and you dislike your work, friendships suffer too. Balancing privacy and the profits. Somewhat amazingly, that's where economists left things for more than 30 years. The 360 degrees leader, developing your influence from anywhere in the organization. Their motto is, never mind about the delivery, just show me the baby. EGLSA, Remote G with the top right of the panel. Engineering is on track, having recently completed scale model wind tunnel test to verify aerodynamic performance. May Lee, live and in person. Since this is what I believe, I refuse to lease any land for use on the basis. How to build self-discipline. Most of the advice shared in this book is based on scientific research referenced at the end of the book. Your next 5 moves. Master the art of beating strategy. But I hope these stories make you see why I am obsessed with data, especially when I can use it to gain a competitive advantage. How to be useful. A beginner's guide to not hating work. The standards for judging performance were called the 4 E's: high energy level, the ability to energize others around common goals, the edge to make tough yes-no decisions, and the ability to consistently execute and deliver on promises. A proven system to simplify your life, double your productivity, and achieve all your goals. If their incomes were cut off for any period of time, they would be in desperate strait. Life code. If so, put that on the list. Simple. Conquering the crisis of complexity. Why complexity thrives among silos. Simplifying a company and its culture goes beyond the communication challenge. Why complexity thrives among silos. The soulmate experience, a practical guide to creating extraordinary relationships. When your statement meets these criteria, you have found your authentic desire. The new technology of achievement, neuro-linguistic programming. Waited for a full yes response. The secret art of feeling and growing rich. I'd been able to get a higher score with the same amount of study time. The first-time manager. Job description, performance appraisals, and salary administration. An effective leader knows that he needs to be aware of and responsive to each follower's unique traits if he is going to evoke the best performance. Ready to use words and phrases that really get results. Successfully matches internal talent with the current job openings. Monday morning mentoring, 10 lessons to guide you up the ladder. Jeff, it's easy to have a positive attitude when things are going well. Showing up for life. Why not provide similar incentives for K-12 education? Mindset, the new psychology of success, how we can learn to fulfill our potential parenting. If you do, then you don't need communication. You can just assume your partner sees things the way you do. Change your thinking, change your life. See the larger house, the bigger car, the better clothes, the nicer restaurants, and the more elegant lifestyle than you will enjoy when you are earning this amount of money. The big leap. Conquer your hidden fear and take life to the next level. In my own case, I've found it helpful to structure it into my day. 20-something manifesto. Before I knew it, her quarter-life crisis kicked into high gear. Kicked into high gear, and I found myself totally in love with a beautiful woman who felt I pushed her into making a decision between me and the career. Bad Samaritans, the guilty secret of rich nation, and the threat to global prosperity. They may even get hurt if they happen to be importers of those agricultural products that are heavily subsidized by the rich countries. The 6 most important decisions you'll ever make. But the truth is, this isolated instant is actually the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg, the first glimpse at a pattern of abusive behavior that will inevitably flow. Third culture kiss. Given time, the maturity process will sort itself out into a more even flow as they, like others, move on through adolescence, delayed or not, into adulthood. It's all in your head, thinking your way to happiness. The 8 essential secrets to living a life without the regret. Getting those master's degrees or going to law school, for example, usually required going into debt. The end of man. Facebook executive S has always advised women to negotiate with nearly the exact same language that Boles settled on in her study. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Philosophy, valuable insight into different ways of seeing the world and yourself in it. We was one of the more outspoken critics of religious intolerance. Forecast. What physics, meteorology, and the natural science can teach us about the economics. The increasing number of passes for spreading, along with the financial acceleration or feedback, the fact that individual financial fragility can amplify itself, as a distressed bank may suddenly have to pay more to borrow, for example, can actually boost the effect of the initial shock and lead to a serious systemic crisis. Dare to Win. Dare to Win. It's a winning program for success. We place exercise at the top. We place exercise at the top of our agenda. Humanity's countdown to artificial intelligence and the new pursuit of global power. Few outside the international political sphere appreciate the extent of China's global design, just as few outside the technology community fully understand the scope and the scale of the immense infrastructural developments and technological changes occurring there in recent years. Life path strategies, doing what works. Whoever your relationship partners may be, maybe you have taught them the rules and you have taught them the boundaries of relationship. Steve Jobs, the greatest second act in the history of business. I just made the biggest mistake of my career. Was the smartest thing they had both said all day. Think of the simple, how smart leaders depict the complexity. At the opening hour on Monday morning, it was a brand new bank. Praise for startup communities. It's a terrific engineering school. In 2011, it was ranked 29th in America among public universities. Second chance for your money, your life, and our world. Rather than hold their shape, their lives came apart. Out of the ashes, tools for recovering corporate health. This corporate performance insight begins with in-depth questioning about whether one is measuring what makes sense in management terms to support a permanent performance improvement. Linchpin, are you indispensable? There's always another one at the ready. Mobilizing mind, creating wealth from talent in the 21st century organization, abandon flawed design. Yes, the energy, the equation to do less, make the more. When you grow up in a small town, you realize 5 things very quickly. Few do. What matters now? How to win in a world of relentless change, ferocious competition, and unstoppable innovation. The job of managing includes planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and control, and everyone at Morningstar is expected to do all these things. What should I do with my life? The true story of people who answered the ultimate question. Mark did listen to that. Think and grow rich. Through these sources, one may commune with the infinite intelligence or enter at will the storehouse of the subconscious mind either one's own or that of another person, a procedure which is all theories of genius. Great business teams cracking the code for standout performance. Why are we asking 6 people to be on the team when 2 should be enough? Business model generation. You are holding a handbook for visionaries. The meeting room walls are plastered with large posters on which a group of 14 people are assiduously sketching drawings and pasting post-it notes. The big leap: conquer your hidden fear and take life to the next level. Once you take off the extra weight of the backpack, you'll feel so liberated. You won't waste much time being concerned with the years you spent carrying it. The art of nonconformity. Set your own rules. Live the life you want and change the world. Money, life planning, and happiness. More than almost any other aspect of identity, if you don't have clarity of purpose, over how you view the role of money in your life, you'll likely end up going along with what other people do. The Girl's Guide to the Big Bold Moves for Career Success. How to build competence, conquer fear, manage up, navigate change. Become an expert on something in your field. Here's how to raise your profile. Exactly what to say. The magic words for influence and impact. Success in negotiating is all about maintaining control in a conversation, and the person in control is always the person who is asking the question. Loaded method shooting, such as the commemorative sleight of hand that renders a raid resulting in 4 deaths more objectionable than a day's battle costing thousands of lives. Write the historian M. regarding Confederate guerrillas' action in the Civil War compared to the massive slaughter of the 2 national armies. Slate. Heard how to change method behaviors by harnessing our true nature. That's why we call it us talk. The emotional life of your brain. How its unique patterns affect the way you think, feel, and live, and how you can change them. The highlight of their day was when a scientist would examine them for signs of cold and, if they had caught one, how severe it was. The storyteller's secret. A paycheck is usually enough to get most people to work on time, but only an inspiring purpose beyond a paycheck will encourage people to go the extra mile. Watch your figures. The first fact we have to realize is that waste results from a lack of intellectual effort. Read it up. The radically new approach to changing your life. Name something that you have always wanted to do and explain why you haven't done it yet. Be happy without being perfect. How to worry less and enjoy life more. If you quit your job to stay home with your baby, you may feel that you have to be the world's most perfect mother. Page a minute memory book, a never fail system for remembering everything. One of the things in your picture is aiming a rifle. A world without the work, technology, automation, and how we should respond. Fortune 500, an annual list of the 500 largest corporations in the United States, which together make up about 2/3 of the American economy. Elon Musk. The rocket is powered by 9 engines arranged in an octaweb pattern at its base, with 1 engine in the center and 8 others encircling it. Tech trends in practice. The faces are considered to be some of the most realistic looking AI generated images of non-existent people so far. SAS Survival Handbook for any climate in any situation. For the herbivorous deer, baited with blood or scented gland, which will arouse its curiosity. Herbivorous. Where important innovation really take the place. The rules should be concrete. Are you fully charged? The 3 keys to energizing your work and life. Eat, move, and sleep. 2, de-stress. Mars and Venus in the bedroom, a guide to lasting romance and passion. Romantic rituals or habits are ways the truth of your deepest feeling can be easily expressed. You are stronger than you think, tapping into the secret of emotionally resilient people. At the very end of each long effort, measured by skyless space and time without depth, the purpose is achieved. The 17 indisputable laws of teamwork: embrace them and empower your team. Values help set the standard for the team's performance. Stepping up: how taking responsibility changes everything. There are no extraordinary people, only ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Who am I to step up? Who am I to step up? The 1001 ways to be romantic. All the ways to supercharge your relationship. Rate your own and each other's level of passion, romance, and commitment on a scale of 1 to 10. Figure out which areas need the most improvement and get to work. Manage your stakeholders, a different degree of experience. The logic of life. The rational economics of an irrational world. Why didn't everyone leave? Smarter living, thrive. Ms. S suggested a quick script you can use when you ask for a meeting. I'd like to meet to discuss any performance, contribution, and compensation. Then punch the CPT key and the percent of the I interest key, and you will get 17.2% as the annual rate of growth for Coca-Cola's earning from 1984 to 1994. The Consulting Bible. Teams and groups. No one is an island. Revolutionize teamwork. How to create and lead accountable teams. This really hit home for me a few weeks later when someone on our team expressed their concern that I wasn't bringing enough new business in my role in new business development. A brief history of time. A good example of this was Einstein, who called the cosmological constant, which he introduced when he was trying to make a static model of the universe, the biggest mistake of his life. the next America, boomers, millennials, and the looming generational showdown. As those examples make it clear. Payout the formulas serve a variety of social purpose. Leadership isn't for cowards committed to becoming a world-class coach. Best of Landers 101 and makes things better. I read the letter from Exit A in Baltimore, who said women pretended to like sex in order to get a man to marry them. Then they page it out. Once the wedding ceremony is over, I have a different perspective. The psychology of winning. 10 qualities of a total winner. Positive self-awareness, positive self-esteem, positive self-control, positive self-motivation, positive self-expectancy, positive self-image, positive self-direction, positive self-discipline, positive self-dimension, positive self-projection. Leading matters, lessons from my journey. We find ourselves increasingly concerned with seeking new possibilities. Seeking new possibilities and with creating vision of how those possibilities could be realized. The Fusion Marketing Bible. Fuse traditional media, social media, digital media to maximize your marketing. Practice vigilant hiring. This will help you get the best results from your team and eliminate costly rehire, interviews, and training. George Orwell, 1984. But it was the same voice that had said to him, "We shall meet in the place where there is no darkness," in that other dream 7 years ago. Inner wisdom, meditation for the heart and the soul. I let my light shine. By me, new ways to get customers to choose your product and ignore the rest. A little bit of privacy, please. A cultural guide to Korea, as told by students. Korean cosmetic surgery's excellency is already known worldwide. stops the car. 100 ways to draw a bird and make a living from illustration. Nevertheless, more than a few illustrators like working in tempera, and especially tools of titans, the tactics, routines, and habits of billionaires, icons, and world-class performers. Here are 2 specific tools that I've found effective. 10 minutes of Tetris before bed. This recommendation is from Jane, PhD. The free version works fine. How to stop worrying and start living. Time-tested method for conquering worry. A critical work can do more work if it takes more time out for rest. Commencement. Sally tried calling April's mother on a home phone, but it just rang and rang without ever going to a machine. Sports Psychology for Dummies, Bounce Back from Adversity, Ways to Use Sports Psychology at the Office, Being a Better Leader, Identifying the Moments when you need to lead. Gender Studies. However, gender practices in unions then have most often been about difference, exclusion, and power, unions, resistance, and mobilization. Perfect pages for the sales call, designed specifically for your unique situation. Developing the leader within you. I always think things can be done more quickly than they actually can. Blue Mind, the surprising science that shows how being near, in, on, or underwater can make you happier, healthier, more connected, and better at what you do. This isn't surprising. Modern culture puts a premium on motion, on multitasking, and on increasing urbanity. Betting it all. The entrepreneurs of technology. I think it just reinforced that I had some real leadership ability that I could develop in whatever way I wanted. Solve for happy, engineer your path to joy. When we label, we collapse the diverse possibilities of how events actually are into an approximation at best, a snap judgment that might not reflect the truth. Create your own future. How to master the 12 critical factors of unlimited success. He will inevitably experience terminations, layoffs, downsizing, extended periods of unemployment, and continuous financial worry. Rules of the game. The married girl is coming back. Seth Godin alters the way people think about marketing, change, and the work. The Old Man and the Sea. It was too early for that. What really keeps CEOs awake at night? Brand building, executive pay, and managing millennials, for starters. Consider Ford Motor Company. If you want to trust my snap judgment, buy this book. You'll be delighted. Snap Judgment. Max Your Brain, the complete visual program. Over 200 puzzles plus tips and strategies for supercharged mind power. Harvest ideas. When you've come up with as many new ideas as you can, begin the process of harvesting by selecting the best ones. The best ones. Beat the system. 11 Secrets to Building an Entrepreneurial Culture in a Bureaucratic World. The entrepreneur encourages participation and is open to others who know more than he, while the bureaucrat is intimidated by the knowledge of others. New Orleans. An alumnus of the youth program. Selling 101. What every successful sales professional needs to know. In our information age, take full advantage of technology to stay ahead of the competition. The communication problem solver. Simple tools and techniques for busy managers. The focus here needs to be on what changed in the last month and how to get it back on target. Your Idea Incorporated, an indispensable step-by-step guide. Marketing is too important to be left to the marketing department. Learn Marketing 101. The dictionary definition of marketing is the total of activities involved in the transfer of goods from the producer or seller to the consumer or buyer, including advertising, shipping, storing, and selling. In other words, marketing is getting the consumer to know your product and your brand name. It is a task that never ends. As you read this chapter, you will become familiar with all the aspects that define marketing, from finding your niche in the marketplace to mailing out your press kit to buyers. And the secret of the Sphinx. Yes, I do, Indy said. The beginnings and the practice of coaching, finding your niche, making money, and attracting ideal clients. Don't get off track. Keep your eyes on their profitability. What's your poo telling you? Whole grains, whole grains. How well do you know your body? Take the kids, the owner's manual, an insider's guide to the body that will make you healthier and younger. Ultimately, a siloed function blood test reveals hypothyroidism, and treatment can be handled with medication or, in some cases, closing the town to all spring breakers by removing the thyroid gland altogether. The double. It must just be a coincidence. Coincidences like that doesn't happen. Two voices, like two people, might be similar, but not absolutely identical. Perhaps it's your imagination. Every word you say sounds to me as if it were coming out of his mouth. Well, I find that very hard to believe. Would you like to give me your name so that I can tell him you called? No, it's all right. Besides, your husband doesn't know me. You are a fan, are you? Not exactly. Nevertheless, he'll want to know. No, I'll phone another day. Listen, the connection was cut. Life is an attitude. How to grow forever better. How about sitting back now, closing your eyes, and quieting your mind? The art of storytelling. It steps to presenting an unforgettable story. I visited with the missionary later, and they expressed his despair about the apathy of American people toward mission. Apathy.